My name is Sam, and I'm the founder of a company called FreightTrust. We do dematerialized shipping documents. So think of it as sort of like DocuSign for any sort of shipping document. So obviously the entire logistics industry is changing. Brokers are going digital, carriers are also going digital. You have companies like Uber Freight, Convoy, Flexport, FreightOS. They're completely digital, or at least they pretend to be completely digital. They still have to deal with paper shipping documents. And that's been a huge issue in the industry for over 20 years. It's sort of the holy grail of a solution for this industry. And we are the only company that has a 100% legally recognized, functionally equivalent electronic version of a bill of lading. So there's certain solutions out there already. They don't do bills of lading. They either do a pro forma invoice or they do a way bill. We do bills of lading. So that's the root problem that we're solving, is physical shipping documents. And our solution is a digitization as a service platform. So we are a white label solution as well. So we want to put the customer first. We're not looking to put our brand out there for a company. If you want to integrate into our platform, you can, or we can integrate into your existing application stack. So the problems we solve obviously are physical shipping documents. Another thing is that we solve is detention. So only 30% of trucking companies even try to claim detention. So one solution that we have actually in production is something we call detention factoring. So we will go out and through a third party buy their detention claim for 30 to 40 cents on the dollar and go through the process of actually getting that detention claim payout from the shipper. Also, that information is used for the carriers to help pick which shipments they want to run. If they have a shipper for lane A that pays, $2 a mile versus, $1.75 a mile, after factoring the detention time, you might want to make a different choice in which lane you're going to run. Another solution we solve is real-time payments, accounts receivable, with traditional invoice factoring. We actually don't do that on our end. We have third parties that we partner with to enable that. And also customer engagement and instant quoting. So this is the current way of shipping right now as it stands. Everything in blue is electronic. Everything in red is manual processes. We eliminate the need for any physical shipping documents. So everything in red, we actually turn into blue. So you can actually see the entire shipping process for international shipments. And part of the solution is it's actually more of a legal problem than an actual technical problem. So there's third parties to the shipping documents like insurance companies. What happens if you're making an insurance claim? Is that electronic equivalent going to be treated the same as a physical shipping document in the liability process of getting an insurance payout? We are partnering with an insurance company to make sure that is the exact same process. Part of the solution is treating it more like a derivatives clearing organization. So that goes into netting arrangements for cross-country transactions, liability, and other things like letters of credit. So that's another thing that's enabled by our platform is the financialization of the logistics industry. It's sort of like how car companies make their money not by selling cars, but actually by financing the selling of those cars. So that's what we're trying to aim for the logistics industry. So this is the new way of shipping. It's completely vertically integrated. We see it as companies, going to a broker or a carrier for not only the actual booking and shipping of freight, but also the financing of that freight. So the way we achieve this is through a blockchain network that we have. It's called a non-fungible token. So we call it a parametric bill of lading. It's a smart contract, basically. It's the way that we actually get that functional equivalence for shipping documents. And there is no one right now doing this in production. And currently we have almost 400 trucks with a few carriers in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is where we're headquartered. So obviously we have some barriers to entry, some patents, and we actually do support physical documents as well too. So we know not only do we have electronic versions, but we actually support paper-based documents still, because not everybody's going to want to switch over immediately. And we also have full EDI compliance as well. And this is an example of the letters of credit to free up working capital for exporting companies, which is going to be a huge thing, obviously. Trade is a big thing, obviously. So it decreases the risk for exporters because they're going to have more working capital to work with versus doing something like an open operating account to finance those shipments. And this is our current track mark. We're actually getting a letter of exemption from the CFTC issued later this month. And that is my email address without the 564 for some reason. And that's it.
All right, round of applause for Sam.